Welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'll share a chilling and personal story that has haunted me for years. It all began with a mysterious video file that surfaced from my past, leading to a series of terrifying revelations. Get ready for a spine-tingling journey as I recount this unsettling experience. I received an unexpected package one evening. The envelope was plain and unmarked, with only my address written in a hasty scrawl. Inside was a single USB drive. No note, no instructions, just the drive. My heart raced with curiosity and unease. What could this be? I plugged the USB into my laptop, my fingers trembling slightly. A folder appeared on the screen, labeled "For You." Inside was a video file named Watch'em MP4. I hesitated before clicking play, a strange feeling gnawing at me. The video began with a shaky, low-resolution recording of a room that seemed vaguely familiar. As the camera panned around, my blood ran cold. The room was my old bedroom, but it was different. The walls were covered in disturbing scribbles and symbols I didn't recognize. I watched in horror as the video progressed. It showed a series of increasingly unsettling images, my personal belongings, my old journals, even my face from a time I barely remembered. Each clip seemed to delve deeper into my past, revealing moments I had long forgotten. The most disturbing part was the shadowy figure that occasionally appeared in the corner of the frame, just out of focus. I tried to recall any event that could explain the footage, but nothing came to mind. I had lived in that house years ago, and since then, I had moved several times. My only connection to that place was a few scattered items I had left behind. Could someone have had access to them? But who would want to make such a video? Unable to shake the feeling of dread, I decided to investigate further. I returned to my old house, now rented out to a new family. I managed to speak to the current occupants, explaining that I needed to retrieve a few items I had left behind. They were kind enough to let me look around, but the house was almost unrecognizable. It had been renovated and redecorated. My belongings were nowhere to be found. I couldn't shake the feeling that someone had been watching me for years, manipulating my past and orchestrating these encounters. I started receiving cryptic messages on my phone, fragments of conversations I couldn't remember, unsettlingly accurate details about my life. The more I tried to piece things together, the more I realized that the video wasn't just about me. It was a message. Whoever was behind this knew my deepest fears and insecurities, and they were using them against me. The shadows in the video seemed to represent something darker, a presence that was watching and waiting. As weeks went by, the fear escalated. I began seeing the shadowy figure in my dreams, creeping through my new home. I started recording my own videos, hoping to capture any signs of the entity. The more I recorded, the more I saw the shadow growing more distinct, more menacing. One night, as I reviewed the latest footage, something happened that I hadn't anticipated. The shadowy figure seemed to manifest itself fully in the frame, and for the first time, it was clear. It was a face, distorted and hauntingly familiar. It was my own face, twisted into a grotesque expression of fear and malice. At that moment, I realized the truth. The figure in the video wasn't an external threat. It was a manifestation of my own fears, my own dark thoughts given form by some malevolent force. The entity was me, or rather, a reflection of my inner darkness. The messages, the video, the shadows, it was all part of a twisted psychological game. The more I uncovered, the more I became trapped in a cycle of paranoia and terror. I couldn't escape from it, because it was part of me. Determined to confront whatever was haunting me, I reached out to an old friend who was a paranormal investigator. I explained my situation, showing him the video, the photos, and the messages. He listened carefully and suggested that the phenomena might be a form of psychological torment created by an unknown entity. He recommended that we conduct a thorough investigation of my home and its history to uncover any possible connections to the haunting. We began the investigation by examining my current residence and any past locations where I had lived. My friend used various tools to detect paranormal activity, including EVP, electronic voice phenomena recorders, and EMF, electromagnetic field meters. As we conducted the investigation, we found inexplicable spikes in electromagnetic fields and recorded disturbing EVP messages that seemed to taunt and threaten us. Our investigation led us to a local historian who specialized in the history of the area. After sharing the details of my experiences, he revealed that my old house had been the site of a tragic event many years ago. A previous occupant, a reclusive artist, had been rumored to dabble in dark rituals, attempting to harness supernatural forces. The artist had disappeared mysteriously, and the house had remained abandoned for years before it was eventually sold. As we delved deeper into the artist's past, we discovered that he had left behind a series of unsettling artworks and journals, documenting his descent into madness and his obsession with capturing the essence of fear and darkness. The artist had become increasingly paranoid and had believed that his own creations were coming to life and tormenting him. It seemed that his legacy had somehow intertwined with mine, with his malevolent influence seeping into my life through the video and the shadowy figure. Armed with this new information, we decided to perform a ritual to cleanse the remnants of the artist's dark influence from my life. We gathered items associated with the artist's rituals, including symbols and artifacts that had been found in his studio. We conducted the ritual with the hope of breaking the connection between the artist's lingering presence and the torment I had been experiencing. As the ritual progressed, I felt an intense, almost unbearable pressure in the room. The shadows seemed to writhe and convulse, and the air grew thick with an oppressive energy. The EVP recorders captured a cacophony of disembodied voices, and the EMF meters went haywire. Despite the chaos, I felt a strange sense of calm wash over me as the ritual reached its climax. In the aftermath, the disturbances in my life gradually began to subside. The shadows and eerie occurrences became less frequent, and the oppressive atmosphere in my home lifted. I still struggled with the lingering effects of the experience, but I found solace in knowing that I had confronted the darkness and taken steps to reclaim my life. Though the ordeal was terrifying and deeply unsettling, it taught me valuable lessons about the nature of fear and the power of confronting one's inner demons. The experience left an indelible mark on my psyche, but it also gave me a renewed sense of strength and resilience. As I moved forward, I remained vigilant, aware that the shadows of the past could resurface, but confident in my ability to face them with courage and clarity. In the end, the video, the shadowy figure, and the malevolent influence of the artist had been part of a larger, more complex narrative that intertwined my personal fears with a dark legacy. By confronting this legacy and seeking understanding, I had uncovered a profound truth about the nature of fear and the importance of facing one's own darkness. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story or have any similar experiences, please leave a comment and subscribe for more chilling tales. Stay tuned for the next video, where I'll delve into another unsettling story.